Hi, Judith Rayner here, Walk and Talk for Success. Just doing a little introduction as I've got a few more followers and things these days and realise I haven't done an introduction in a really long time. So yeah, I'm Judith Rayner, my business is called Walk and Talk for Success. There's a bit of a clue in the name. And right now I'm out walking in some of my favourite woods in Sussex, near to where Sussex is where I live. This is very close to my home. And why Walk and Talk for Success? Well, I've got a background in coaching and have had for about 15 years. Initially, I was still working in the corporate world, managing teams and doing training and things. And then I was made redundant and started looking at having a coaching business. I came across the kind of entrepreneurial women at networking through the Mumpreneurs Network Club. It introduced me to a whole new world. Couldn't believe it. All these incredible women doing amazing things or doing 2-3 things in order to have freedom and flexibility and work around their families. And I was working with those business owners around confidence and around productivity and clarity, and I still do that. And at some point I was trying to take my business online, not very successfully, because I was being told that's what you needed to do, that's what you had to do. I was doing all the learning, I was sat at my desk, watching endless webinars, trying to do the tech stuff. I am not techie. And it was driving me crazy. I was starting to feel disconnected and lonely, being stuck in my office so much. I was doing coaching over Zoom, Skype then, over Skype, going back a bit, before the Zoom took over the world. And I got really, really, really bogged down and stuck. And one day I was watching yet another webinar, but with a difference. It was on a slightly more kind of spiritual, personal level, I suppose. I'm not particularly spiritual. It was a great webinar. And I remember the question being posed about doing what you're great at in a way that you love. And I actually wrote down walking. And I wrote down walk and talk. And then this idea about getting women out together, away from their desks, out in nature, walking, talking business, almost like a mastermind, a walk and talk mastermind came for me. And I put it out there and it got a great response. And that walk and talk mastermind, not with obviously the same people, has now been running for 7 years in various different guises. This last year has been obviously challenging. I've taken it online and that's worked fairly well. But it has meant that there's been a sort of a lull in that, and it isn't the same necessarily as being all together, but it has worked pretty well still feeling connected over Zoom. And last year I've been kind of trying to look at why we need this connection. What is it about walking, about being out in nature that makes a big difference? And it isn't just the walking bit, it's that whole kind of connectedness, that mind and body connection, that different perspective of it's almost like an expansion. It takes kind of thinking to a slightly different place. It opens up the mind for new options. Ooh, that's a bit bright. And opportunities. Decisions become clearer. And it's been proven that walking in nature or walking itself produces greater motivation, creative thinking, problem solving, and it lasts after going out for a walk. So I wasn't really so aware of that when I first started the Walk and Talk Masterminds, but obviously I've learned a lot since and been adding various elements into my one-to-one coaching that I also preferably do taking people outside. So that's where it all came from and why my business is called Walk and Talk for Success. And it now encompasses an online version as well, because I recognise that reaching more people would be great. So I can deliver one-to-one coaching via Zoom or just a call. And the Let's Walk Business community, I deliver my kind of coaching and knowledge through audios. So there's so much opportunity and potential, all while connecting to and being in nature, or just being away from the desk, the to-do list, the paraphernalia of life, and that kind of overwhelming sense of having so much on your plate. So that's a brief introduction. So yeah, if any of that is of interest to you, then get in touch by email, Judith at Walk and Talk for Success. DM me, PM me, whatever way you would like. Facebook Messenger's not the best. I won't necessarily see it. And I'd love to hear from you. That's Judith at Walk and Talk for Success. Bye for now.